Hello students, welcome to online classes. Today I am going to discuss about Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management and levels of management and management versus administration. Henry Fayol was a French mining engineer, was later turned a leading industrialist and a successful manager. His lifelong experience in the field of management was published in the form of a monograph titled Administration Industrielle et General in 1916 in French language. This monograph was reprinted in French several times but was never translated in English until 1929. Henry Fayol has been rightly called the father of administrative management for his principal practical approach to the managerial theory. He has identified 14 fundamental principles of management which are now universally accepted. They are applicable to all types of organizations, whether small or large, commercial or non commercial, and private or government. They are also applicable to managers at all the levels of management from top to the lower level. These 14 principles are as under the 14 principles of management. So, first principle is division of labor and specialization. Second principle, authority and responsibility. Third principle, discipline. Fourth principle, unity of command. Fifth principle, unity of direction. Sixth principle, subordinate of individual interest to general interest. Seventh principle, remuneration. Eighth principle, centralization. Ninth principle, scholar chain. 10th principle, order. 11th principle, equity. 12th principle, stability of tenure. 13th principle, initiative. 14th principle, spirit de crops. First principle, division of labor and specialization. Division of labor is a famous principle of economics put forth by classical economists like Adam Smith. Fayol applied this principle to the management theory. Division of labor leads to specialization, which in turn improves the efficiency of the employees. Second principle, authority and responsibility. According to Fayol, authority and responsibility must follow in the same direction. Responsibility is the natural outcome of authority. A proper balance between authority and responsibility helps to prevent the misuse of authority and promotes a fair fixation of responsibility. Third principle, discipline. Discipline means observation of certain rules and regulations. People in the organization should be bound to accept certain code of conduct. The three basic requisites of discipline are disciplined supervisor at all levels, clear and fair agreement on goals, and judicious application of penalties. Third principle and fourth principle is unity of command. According to this principle, an employee should receive orders only from one superior. If more than one superior exercise their authority over the same employee, then the latter will always be in a state of confusion, and a confused employee will never be able to perform to the best of his ability. So, next principle, fifth principle, unity of direction. Unity of direction is essential for achieving unity in action in the pursuit of common goals by a group of persons. For this, Fayol advocates one head and one plan. Unity of direction is not same as unity of command. Subordination of individual interest to general interest. Sixth principle, According to this principle, the fulfillment of individual objectives in the long run is contingent upon the attainment of common objectives in the short run. Thus, in case the need arises, an individual must sacrifice in favor of larger group of objectives. Seventh principle, remuneration. Remuneration is the price paid to managers and workers for the service rendered by them. According to Fales, the system of remunerating personally should be fair and satisfactory to both employees and employer. It should be attractive in order to employ and retain the best personnel. So next principle, eighth principle, centralization. Everything that goes to increase the importance of subordinates' role is decentralization, and everything which goes to reduce their role and significance is concentration. There should be a fair balance between the degree of centralization and decentralization in order to achieve the best result. So next principle, scholar chain. Scholar chain refers to the line of authority from the highest to the lowest executive in the organization for the purpose of communication. However, in the routine course of business, employees at the same level can communicate with each other following the principles of gangplank. So next one is order. 10th principle is order. Fales has recommended two types of orders in any organization. These orders are material order and social order. Material order means a place for everything and everything in its place. Social order demands employment of the right person in the right place. So next principle, equity. The principle of equity implies a sense of fairness and justice to all. Observance of these principles of equity alone makes personally, loyally, and devoted to the organization. Loyalty and devotion must be elicited from the personal through a combination of kindness and justice while dealing with them. So, next principle, stability of tenure. An employee needs time to adjust with new work and its environment and demonstrate efficiency and higher performance. Therefore, stability of tenure is a desirable principle for ensuring efficiency. Unnecessary employees turnover is the cause and affected a bad management. Next, 13th principle, initiative. Initiative is the freedom to propose and execute a plan. To have freedom in this respect is the greatest satisfaction for an intelligent person. A manager who induces his subordinates to think and act on their own is always better and more successful than the one who does not. And last principle, esprit de corps. Esprit de corps is a French phrase which means union is strength. It means spirit of loyalty and devotion to the group to which one belongs to. It is the foundation of a sound organization. It can be achieved by avoiding the dirty policy of divide and rule and promoting free communication. These principles are flexible and require suitable adjustment and modification in view of situation factors operating in different enterprises. So this is about Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management. So, and next topic is levels of management. The term levels of management refers to a line of demarcation between various managerial positions in an organization. The number of levels in management increases when the size of the business and workforce increases, and vice versa. The level of management determines a chain of command, the amount of authority and status enjoyed by any managerial position. So, first top level, so board of directors, policy making body. So, top level is deciders. Next, middle level, functional heads, functional and planning. Middle levels, so directors. So the middle level managers, management direct, and third level, lower level, supervisors and supervision and control, and last, rank and file of workers. In an industrial enterprise, managers at all levels of management have to perform more or less similar functions. However, the scope and nature and importance of these functions may vary according to the level at which they operate. Generally, managers are divided into three broad categories depending upon level at which they operate in the management. So first one is top level. Top level management. Top level management is the ultimate authority which is responsible to the shareholders, government and general public. Top level management is an organization consists of one of the following. So top level management of an organization consists of the following: board of directors, general manager, chief executive officer and managing director, and last one, president. So functions of top level management. So it's defined mission and fundamental goals, and it defines appropriate organizational setup, and it's developed master plan for different functional areas, and it's formulate master strategy and policies, and it's achieve overall efficiency and organizational goals, and it's provide outstanding leadership and achieving coordination and exercise overall control, and it's evaluate or compare the organizational performance, and last, it's act as an agent, trustee and guardian of the enterprise. So this is about top level management. Next one, middle level management. So middle level managers are the connecting links between the top and the first line managers. The middle level management consists of department heads, production manager, sales manager, marketing manager, finance manager, public relation officer, PRO. Functions of middle level managers. To explain to the lower management the objectives, strategies and policies laid down by the top management. To communicate to the top management the problems, suggestions and viewpoints of the lower management. And next, to prepare departmental plans on the basis of broad objectives and guidelines set by top management. And next function, to design organizational setup of various functional departments, division of work and span of control. And next function, to control and coordinate the functioning of various functional departments in the organization. And next function is to submit a report to the top management on the performance of various department and individuals. And next function is to offer suggestions and recommendations to the top management for the improvement of overall functioning. So, to perform routine functions such as to select efficient executive and staff, to introduce procedures and operating routines, to raise necessary funds, to control costs, to pay wages, salaries, bonuses, etc., to provide better working conditions. And next one, lower level management. Lower level management is also known as the first line management because the management level begin with it. It is a vital link between higher level management and rank and file of workers. They are important because they link managers with non managers. They exercise a direct supervision over the entire workforce in factory, office, and sales field where results are obtained. So, next one, functions of lower level management. So, first function, to carry out day to day operational planning as per the directives of the middle level managers. Next function, to maintain high level of morale among workers and create conducive environment for them to perform. So, next function, to supervise work of employees and ensure that their performance conform to the predetermined standards. Next function, to submit reports on the performance of workers and to do recommended rewarded or punishment for them. And next function, to communicate workers about the decision of top level management and its policies. And last function is to report to higher authority the problem, feelings, and expectation of the rank and file of workers. And third topic is management versus administration. Broadly speaking, management takes into account the directing and controlling functions of the organization, whereas administration is related to planning and organizing function. So, management is defined as an act of managing people and their work for achieving a common goal by using the organization resource. It creates an environmental under which the manager and his subordinates can work together for the attainment of group objective. It is a group of people who use their skills and talent in running the complete system of the organization. It is an activity of a function, a process, a discipline, and much more. So, this is about management. So, administration. The administration is a systematic process of administering and management of a business organization, an educational institution like school or college, government office, or any non-profit organization. The main function of administration is the formation of plans, policies, and procedures, setting up a goals and objectives, enforcing rules and regulations. According to Oliver Selden, administration is concerned with determination of corporative policies, coordination of finance, production and distribution, setting up an organizational structure under executive control. Management is concerned with execution of policies within the limits set by the administration, employment of organization for achieving the organizational objectives.